Hi there, welcome back to 10 quick tips to improve your photography. This is tip number 9. And yes, it's a 2-month journey we've been on so far, and we're finally near the end. Tip number 9 is going to be moving around, changing your perspective. Tip number 8 was don't overshoot. Now, tip number 9, we're going to dive into that. But first, I want to mention to you that you can get all these tips in a free downloadable PDF from my website, visualverse.thecreationspeaks.com, visualverse.thecreationspeaks.com. You can download it there. Also, while you're there, don't forget to check out my book, my devotional, Drawing Near, Meeting God in His Creation. So let's dive into moving around, changing your perspective. Don't look at things one way and think, I'm going to get a picture there. We want to move around. Now, here's a photograph I took of a guy in Colorado. We were hiking up, climbing up a mountain, and he stopped and paused and looked, and I thought, wow, if I get higher up on the trail on the switchback, I could get a good photo of him looking with the valley and everything like that. And that's what I did. And you can see this angle makes for a great background, because great perspective, great shot, just because I moved around to get this photo. Also, on another trip in Colorado, I like to go there. It's close to my home in Nebraska, and this is a photograph I took of a popular waterfalls in Rocky Mountain National Park, which is Alberta Falls. And most people photograph it from the trail, and the trail was up about 6 feet to the right, and I had to walk down a steep little slope to get down there, and I stood in the water. I had the tripod in the water, and I photographed it from there, giving a different perspective that most people don't get. And now here's something a little bit more boring than a fun trip to Colorado. This is just a library, and walking around the library looking for different perspectives on how to photograph it, I saw this architecture and this how it was done. I thought this would make a great photo. So I stood here and shot it to get a great picture of the library. Also, people who know me know I like to photograph pathways. This is a pathway photograph, and they always catch my attention, and I photograph them. But I don't just shoot the first pathway how I see it. I walk up it, I walk down it, look for the curve. And this one, I happen to see those trees. When I got to this position, they kind of look like a pillar. They actually frame the photograph, and framing is in another video, which is, I think it's video 4. You could go back and look at that one. But it framed the pathway, making just for a great shot of a pathway you want to walk down. So, and then here's something different at our church. Our church did a Good Friday event, going through the life of Christ on the last, on Holy Thursday, Good Friday, and then into the resurrection. And and there's this room with a cross, and people were putting nails in the cross to represent their own sin. And there you could see there's a crown of thorns and a painting in the background. The depth of field's really shallow because it was dark in there, but you could see that. It just makes a really interesting photograph taken from this angle. There was a lot of other angles I could have taken it from, but I took it from here. So yeah, so there you have it. Just, move around. Don't just take that picture from first glance. Move around, get it done, and again, you could get all 10 of these tips in a free PDF download from my website, visualverse.thecreationspeaks.com, visualverse.thecreationspeaks.com. And also, while you're there, check out my devotional book, Drawing Near, Meeting God in His Creation. It's a book of my photographs of God's creation, Bible verses about nature, and devotional thoughts to help us meet God in secluded places and draw near to Him. So check those things out, and yeah, God bless, take care, and draw near.